single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Hey there, thank you for joining me. Cerise here. So this was sent in to me from a friend of mine named Joe, and he gave me the notice. It says the Dominican Republic has announced the following measures to address the spread of the COVID-19 virus. As of 6, I don't know if that, oh yeah, that would be 6 o'clock this morning. As of 6 a.m. on March 16th, 2020, all flights to and from Europe, China, South Korea, and Iran are suspended for 1 month. All passengers arriving from other destinations who, in the previous 2 weeks, have been in one of the countries from which flights have been suspended will be quarantined. All Dominican citizens who have been in a country with community spread of the virus must remain in self-isolation at home for 15 days after their return. The arrival of all cruise ships at any port or coast of the Dominican Republic is suspended indefinitely. The health protocol for access to the country has been placed under the command of medics from the armed forces and the police, who will support the work of the public health ministry to handle the health declarations of each passenger and the taking of temperature at points of entry. All Dominican students who return to the country due to the suspension in their teaching abroad must remain in self-isolation at home for 15 days after their return. All Dominican students who have visited a country with community spread of the virus must remain in self-isolation at home for 15 days after their return. Now, take this serious, guys. I just went and did a grocery order. There's not a lot of reports here. There's 11 that I've heard of, but a lot of you guys are actually thinking that it is okay to not pay attention. I'm trying to get to another photo here. Here we go. Now, a lot of you guys are not paying attention to this. Oops, let me turn it again just so I have still, there's nothing upside down. Okay. Coronavirus deaths this year, 2,804. Seasonal flu deaths this year, 76,000. People who died of hunger today, 12,000. I'm just rounding it off. Deaths caused by water-related diseases, 132,000. Abortions this year. Now, this is getting out of hand now. You can't compare coronavirus to abortions. You can't compare coronavirus to HIV or AIDS. Those deaths this year were building up from years before. Okay, a lot of people have been dying with HIV and AIDS for years. And maybe the person finally died in 2020. You know, deaths caused by cancer. A lot of those people had cancer for a very long time. Deaths caused by malaria. Okay, I can see that. But this year, I don't know about that. These are pre-existing issues. Smoking, of course, 786,168. Of course, these people had issues before, pre-existing issues before this year. So we do need to make sure that we pay attention to the coronavirus. It is killing people. Okay, now we also don't want to panic, because there is a website called www.corona.health, and it is an amazing website where you can look, and it gives the daily updates on how many people have died from it, how many people are infected around the world, and also how many people have actually recovered from it. A lot more people have recovered from it than have died from it. So there is like a world panic going on right now. And I'm not saying don't take care of yourself. What I'm saying is wash your hands, use Lysol, take care, wear a mask if you are in a heavily infected area, especially if you're going through the airport and you have no choice but to, let me put this on airplane mode here. and you have no choice but to actually travel, then definitely take care of yourself. I've had my friend Randy, hey Randy, how you doing, honey, from Ontario. He canceled his trip. Like, he got a note from his flight provider, and they said, if you want to cancel your trip at no cost, you can do that and reschedule for a later date. He did it. He took advantage of it, and he's staying home. He's self-quarantined. Well, his work told him to stay in, I think, for 2 to 3 weeks, and he's doing it. A lot of my clients in Canada are staying in. They are doing it. Everyone is taking their part to do something. Now, a lot of you guys still want to come down here. You guys want to travel down here. I did hear that there's going to be an announcement today from Trump stating that if you, now I don't know, you guys are going to have to check this out. I don't want to give any fake news. I heard this from the grapevine from another viewer. And he told me that Trump is going to be making an announcement saying that people who are traveling, like outside of America, who are Americans, the borders will be closed down to them as well. So you might want to do your research on that. I'm not American, and I haven't really researched that. I'm really focused more on the Dominican Republic here. And yeah, so I got a message yesterday from my friend Charles. Hey Charles, on WhatsApp, and he was quite disturbed about some of the underground messages that he was seeing in some WhatsApp groups. And he's like, whoa, Dominicans are telling people, don't come here, stay home, don't bring the virus here. And he said he was quite disturbed by some of the direct hit messages, like stay home, don't bring your virus here type of thing. And I can understand Dominicans saying that. This is a small island. They are not prepared for the coronavirus. People will get wiped out. So if you guys are sniffling, please don't take your health into your own hands. Go get checked. Self-quarantine yourself. If you're coughing, or if there's something up, you have a heavy feeling in your chest or whatever, it might be better for you just to hold off on your trip. And if you can't hold off on your trip because you have business to do here, or you have family here and you want to come check on them, then take care of yourself. As soon as you get to the airport, let them know that you think you have symptoms. Let them take your temperature. Also, make sure that you wear a mask. Put Lysol all around you. Don't be afraid to spray in the air. Don't be afraid or embarrassed to put that mask on and wipe your seat where you are, the handle of the seat. Always wipe the handle of your seat with those little napkins, those hand sanitizer napkins. Carry hand sanitizer. Wash your hands with soap, not just water. Soap kills bacteria. Okay, so make sure that you are in tune. I heard of, now I don't know if I can actually go into that screen. I should have had it ready. But on WhatsApp, I have someone from Amsterdam, shouts out to Gilmore, and he said to me that Amsterdam is just closed down. No cafes are open, no schools are open, no massage parlors are open. There's absolutely nothing open in Amsterdam, and they are closing down for a month. Okay, and till April 6th. Till April 6th. That's their exact day that they are going to be closing everything down until. So I went into the grocery store today. I was in Superpola, and oh my gosh, holy smoly macaroni, did I ever notice. Let me see if I can turn this around and go to the other page just so you guys can actually see the notice. Did I ever see a lot of people shopping? And I saw people stocking up beans and packages of bread and tortillas, all that stuff. I seen people packing up, and I was like, wow, all right, you guys, you're taking care. And I'm talking about Dominicans. I'm not just talking about expats. Only 3 of them in there were stocking up. All the rest of them were Dominicans in Superpola, and they were stocking up. And I'm like, yeah. I went and I got a few things. I got some fruits and vegetables and stuff that I can, keep out of the fridge. And I got myself some dried codfish that I can keep out of the fridge, non-perishable products. I also got perishable, obviously. fruits and vegetables. And tomorrow I'm gonna go during the sale and over at Playa, and I'm gonna go grab a whole bunch of canned goods and pastas and also pasta sauces, and I'm gonna get like some sardines and a lot of canned meats and everything like that. I know it's really high in sodium, but it's better than having nothing at all or perishable goods. I'm not panicking. Here we have 11 confirmed cases of coronavirus, but they are being watched. Anyone that is entering the country is being watched. Their temperature is being taken. And I'm very proud of the Dominican Republic for the measures that they are taking for a small island to make sure that their tourists here are safe, and more importantly, their natives and expats here. So I'm really, really proud to say that the Dominican Republic is looking out. They're not just sitting back doing nothing. As you can see, these new rules and everything like that. So I just want to say to you guys, thank you so much for joining me, first of all. I will keep you guys updated, like I said before. And just if you're sick, hold off on your trip. It could be coronavirus and you could be a carrier, and you don't want to come here and be responsible for that. And if you hear anything about Dominicans saying that they don't want you here, it's not that they don't want you here. They don't want the virus here. And, this is their country, and they have every right to say, hey, hold off on your vacation. You're going to be going through an international airport. You don't know what viruses are there. Don't travel unless you have to, is what they're saying. Right? And they're saying like Dominican Republic will always be here, but if you come here with the virus, you will wipe out the Dominican Republic, and it will not be the way it was, just so you could come here and get a vacation. And furthermore, if you're coming here anytime soon, the weather is really not that good right now, and it hasn't been good. All January it rained, and then through the end of Feb it rained, and now through March it rained like many days already in March, and it is high season, so it's not like it's going to be cheap to get an apartment. And I'm not trying to discourage you. I'm just trying to instill realness in you, because some of you guys are like, oh, this is just biological warfare. It is biological warfare. We're aware of that. But guess what? There's a deal that the Dominican Republic signed with China last year. And so there are a few China dignitaries that are coming in here that I heard about. Now those borders are going to be closed down. But what I'm saying is, don't spread the virus. If you can stay home, stay home. I wasn't saying this last week to my buddy Randy. To my buddy Randy last week, him and I were shooting the breeze, and he's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wear a mask, and I'm going to just use hand sanitizer. And when I get on the airplane, I'm just going to wipe it down really good where I'm sitting. Anyone that sneezes beside me, I'll just make sure I have my mask on, and I was like, yeah, anyone sneezes behind you, make sure you move away and go sit in another seat. And we're just shooting the breeze like that. But now I'm not panicking again, because that's not like here we're good. But I'm thinking, all y'all want to come here? And oh, no. Think before you do it. Think about the people here, and the people that love you, and the people that could always see you at another time. Wait the 2 weeks. It's March break here. The children are out of school. It's March break in Canada as well, I think. The children are out of school, and in Canada, they are going to be making everyone self-quarantine a week after March break for an additional 2 weeks. So things are shut down for 3 weeks. Can you imagine? And then I know you guys want to get here, your trip is planned, but if you can replan your trip for free, then why wouldn't you do that in order to make yourself safe and other people safe? I had a lot of you guys contacting me last week. Is it okay? What's the coronavirus like in the Dominican Republic? And I'm like, we're good here. And they're like, okay, great. So your borders are not closed. Great. But then I'm like, yeah, come on down, because you won't get it here. But then now that it is spreading so quickly every single day all around the world, I'm like, guys, you might not want to come here, because you could be a carrier. You could get something. Like, it takes 10 days to incubate, I heard, right? So let's say you get here. You're on the plane. You have a 7-day trip here. You get here, there's nobody around you sneezing or whatever. You don't notice anything. You arrive, you don't notice any sickness, but you're carrying it. And then you drop it off here, and then you get on the plane and you go back home, and then you just pretty much add to the rest of it. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I heard a lot of stuff about how it's resistant, how it doesn't have resistance to the hot weather, but it hasn't been hot here. It's not summertime here right now. It is winter, and it is. I'm literally wearing a Nike fit dry top. It comes down. It's in long sleeves, and I'm wearing long pants, like yoga pants, right now. So. And I went out already to the grocery store wearing that, and I was not hot or sweating or anything of that nature. There's a nip in the air. Look at the weather here. Check it out. Don't just think you're going to escape to a sunny destination. And you know, there's borders closing down everywhere, and it's okay. You know, take advantage of those cheap flights after the coronavirus has been cleared, because a lot of people are still going to be afraid to travel, and I'm pretty sure that the borders will be opened, and airlines will be like, it's okay to travel, everyone, come on, and then they'll give you a good deal. Wait the 3 weeks. I don't know. All I'm saying is don't be offended if you come here and you feel like, like at the airport, you're quarantined. Don't be offended if you have a little bit of a high temperature and you're quarantined for the first day of your trip or second day of your trip, just sit back. And if you're coming here, make sure that you clean yourself at the airport and take care of yourself from the transfer area. And one guy told me that his city doesn't have any reports, only 2 reports. And I'm like, what? Okay, well, that's good, but still only 2 reports. Okay, so now he's going to go through the international airport. Imagine if he touches himself or whatever. I don't know. I am just concerned about the older people here. I have a neighbor that lives right next door to me, Ramon, and a flu like that would not be able to withstand. There's a lot of older people here who cannot pay for their medication, and their families cannot pay for their medication either. Medication is expensive, and coronavirus medication is not going to be provided for free here. So at least I don't think so. It could be if it gets bad enough, but let's prevent it from getting bad enough, and let's use our common sense here, guys. So if you do come down, don't take it personally. If you're hearing Dominicans say, stay home, don't take it personally. They're not panicking here. We are not panicking here the way you guys are panicking over in North America. I've been watching a lot of stuff in North America, and I'm like, holy mackerel, you're selling toilet paper on Kijiji on the internet? What? That's not even a commodity. Like, that's just people going crazy buying toilet paper. How does toilet paper even come into it? I don't understand. Maybe you guys can explain to me why toilet paper has all of a sudden become a commodity in North America. And then we have Italians singing on their balconies, which is so beautiful. And they're not like, get me this, get me that, and fighting and beating each other up. They're like, you know what? We got it. Let's, let's just deal with it. Let's sing. Music is so healing, and I thought that was beautiful. They're not panicking. They're dealing with it. Oh my gosh, they're getting blown away, but they're healing. And, I don't think an island like the Dominican Republic could really handle a lot, to be honest with you, if it comes to how much this is quickly spreading. Okay, guys. So, again, I'm not discouraging you from having a good time, especially if you had your trip planned for a very long time and you don't know when you're going to get a vacation again. And you're just like, you know what? I don't care if the weather is no good. I don't care if there's coronavirus. I don't care if the borders are closing down. I still need to get to Dominican Republic because I haven't been there for a while and I've been planning this trip for years. Then make sure you cover your face with a mask. Make sure you wear the gloves. Make sure you put enough effort into yourself to not carry the virus here. Okay, guys? So thank you very much. I will keep you guys updated. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'll make sure that I let you guys know exactly what's going on. If you guys have any questions, feel free to WhatsApp me at 829-702-7726.
Every single day